Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Lands of Lore, the Throne of Chaos. When last we left off, we'd explored some of Wyval Woods, and encountered the rope bridge that led to Castle Samaria, and then that promptly broke on us. And now, with Wyval Woods potentially swarming with great orcs, we could have gone straight to Wyval itself that was being guarded by a barrier put up by Scotia. However, we have diverted instead into the White Tower, which is the next major dungeon of the game. And also, those enemies that we've been encountering are called archer slugs. And while I'm not sure anymore if their actual attacks can destroy armor, they have poisonous darts that they fire out, so we need to be careful of that. Let's deal with these Amazons, shall we? They shouldn't be that difficult with the freeze spell. There is one encounter with the Amazons that is quite nasty. Also, here's the longsword snarl. I don't know what it does, but we'll hold on to it for now. I'm sure we'll get opportunities later to sell the many things that we accumulate. You can definitely hear the archer slugs. However, the archer slugs are not the enemy that I remember this game, well, the White Tower, the most for. There are a few enemies that I remember very well for this game. One of which is the avian worms from the Urbish Mines. We haven't encountered the enemy in question here. Well, one of the two enemies in question.
It does not fit.
Yeah, we're not going to find the key for that one for a while. That is a very important door. Here are some more archer slugs. Let's deal with them before they become a problem. There we go. We need to find the thing that's, hello? Just one? Nope. Two? Nope. Lots. Well, there are going to be a lot less than lots soon, because we're going to be using the freeze spell on them. Excellent. That is them pretty much dealt with, and they were all in this room. Hello. I think there is another one of the grates here. That should, in theory, deal with most of the archer slugs on this floor. Not much, we need to explore left. There are a few places. There's in here, for instance. There we go. There is not much here. How does one open this door? There is a question. You know what? I don't remember how we open this door. Heating it doesn't seem to do anything, and there aren't any switches. There might be a switch somewhere else, though. For now, this will open this, and reveal these Amazons here, that we're going to have to unfortunately kill. I'd like to come here in peace, but it would seem nobody here wants me here. So we'll just have to fight our way. Oh my word, that's a lot of enemies. Well, it'll boost up our magic level if nothing else. Let's use some more freeze. They might do better if they actually use weapons against us. Here's another key. We do not need the lockpicks. We have plenty of lockpicks. We have loads of lockpicks. Ooh, hello. It's a dagger. Just a normal dagger. That's okay. We actually potentially would need a dagger in this area. There is one puzzle that you need something you can either throw or shoot to solve. There are two locks here.
It won't budge.
It won't budge. I wonder if it'll budge if we use this. Yep. There we go. In here is someone that's actually very important. Very important. Let's go and talk to them, shall we?
Hello, brave ones. You must have defeated the guards.
I recognize him. That is the thief that was banished from Gladstone last year.
That was a mistake. You wouldn't hold a grudge, would you?
Why are you in here?
Jhana, the leader of the Amazons, put me here. I have 10 crowns. It's yours if you set me free.
Now, indeed he does have 10 crowns, and there is the option just to kill him. Never actually done that option before, but pretty much like the rest of the game, killing people that you encounter along the way isn't going to help you. But then again, neither is just taking 10 crowns either. So we're just going to leave him here.
Wait. I have a ring you can have too.
He does indeed have a ring. But 10 gold pieces and a ring? No, we're going to leave him here.
Don't go. The ring is magical. I'll tell you about it.
Now that is information we needed to know. Let's help him. For not only is he going to give us the ring, he's going to tell us how it works.
I went through great pains to liberate this ring from this tower. It can be used to open a passage near the entrance to the tower. Take it, and the 5 crowns I promised.
He only gave us 5 crowns because he says that he needs some gold to get home. Here is the amber ring. The amber ring actually is a protective ring, which we're actually going to equip on Paulson because he needs that protection stats because he has the worst armor out of all of us. Now, I don't know if you just give... He's called Lyle, by the way. We never figured that out in the actual game itself, but he's called Lyle. And, oh, there's a switch in his room, is there? Ah. I wonder if that's where you'd find the ring if you hadn't of, if you'd have just helped him. But typically I always just, got the information out of him first. But there you go. Something interesting. Probably where it was. But, you need that ring. That ring is actually very important, and it's used here. Remember the ring for admittance thing at the beginning there? They weren't joking.
Locked.
It is locked. Fortunately, we have lockpicks. And we're brilliant at picking locks. Here is a dwarvish kite shield, which is pretty fantastic. Well, we can replace that. We'll be holding on to every item we can. Here's another oil flask for some reason. And a starfire.
Empty.
And nothing else. Ah. Now that did something interesting. Basically, it locked us in. Curious. I wonder if there's something specific about that we need to solve. There's no secret switches anywhere, so that pretty much just seals us in. And we can't leave.
Empty.
Curious. Well, we can't open the door from this side either. So we'll just open this up again. Now, ring for admittance, eh? Well, I believe we can do that. Hello, Archer Slug. Maybe there's an area over here that we can, Ah, that's what that does. So, we actually had it then fire on us. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? I'm actually curious as to where you came from. Over here? That door's not even openable. Oh well. We're going to save before we do this part, because this part is actually quite nasty. We need this ring. And we need to put it here. We'll go get it in a little bit. We're going to need a lot of healing items in just a moment, because this fight is very... I'm actually saving twice here. Is very tricky. That is Jhana, the leader of the Amazons. We need to talk to her, but more importantly, we need to kill her.
So, you dare challenge the power of Jhana, leader of the Amazons? Tonight my warrior maidens will feast upon your hearts. You males are pathetic weaklings, unable to defeat even the youngest of my warriors in single combat. I will take for myself the pleasure of cutting out your hearts as you scream in agony for death.
Well, we're not going to be able to, talk her out of this, so we're going to have to fight her. She's also very, very difficult to defeat. We're going to need to use freeze spells here. They're not going to help a lot, but they are going to deal some damage. And then we're going to need to switch to heal, because as you saw there, she has a mean kick. A mean kick. Also a very, very fast kick. It's very fast indeed. Now, she's focusing on one person at a time. If First on Kieran, then Bakata, and then Pulsum. Also, ow! That hurts. We might have to leave and come back, but no! No, we were victorious. We were also being ambushed by an archer slug. Here is Greatsword Trouble. It's a pretty good weapon. It's actually a little better than the Great Maul Hammerhead, which we shall switch out. There we go, we'll hold on to that. Also, you may notice there's a key, which opens this alternate route into this area, which means we can take the ring back and hand it back to Pulsum. There we go. We need that key. I don't quite remember what we need that key for. I think we might need the key to get access to the elixir room. There is a room here for the elixir. Indeed, this is where we're going to make it. When the Draracle said it needed to be made in a white tower, wasn't joking. This is the place we're going to make it. Definitely the place we're going to make it. Now, where is that door? It's a little further down there. I was actually heading the right way when I went this way. Check to see if this opens it. It may do.
The key doesn't fit.
It doesn't. We're going to need to use that someplace else. We do have 2 stairs up, though. We also have a area over there with the key we can't yet open. We're going to head up. We're going to head up this way first. Here's floor 2, with some of the best music in the actual game, that we're just going to leave immediately and check to see if this key opens the door in question that we need to open here. My money is on no.
The key doesn't fit.
Indeed, we're going to be using these keys on floor 2. We've pretty much explored most of what we can on floor 1 itself. There are a few doors we can't yet open. I'm sure we'll be opening them in time. Let's go to floor 2. Floor 2 is dangerous, for one particular reason. Oh, and here's where we use one of those keys. I believe
The key doesn't fit.
it's this one. Now, there's one particular enemy type here. Also, this music is fantastic, that we need to be very careful about. And it's also... here is a door that does nothing. It's also a very silly enemy too. And there is a pressure plate trap that we are not going to even go into yet, because that is a puzzle all on its own. Here is another
The key doesn't fit.
key that we don't have the, well, lock that we don't have the key for, rather. We also have a key that we don't have a lock for. Now, where are those enemies? Where are they? Enemies seem to be very elusive recently. That kite shield, by the way, fantastic. Ooh, that one will open using our lockpickings. Ah. Okay, I think I've just set off a trap. Well, we have a key. Does it do anything? Yes, it does. It opens the way for us to get back. That is handy. That's very handy, actually. And just in case we need potentially to return that way. Ah,
Dark room.
if we close it and press this, something comes out. Another key. That will not work if the door is actually open, because the room needs to be dark. You can hear the enemies flapping around, but you can't see them. They're here somewhere. We'll find them. That door leads absolutely nowhere. This door doesn't. This door, I believe... nothing in it? Nothing in it. This place is full of various twists and turns. Now, there are these 2 puzzles, though. There are these... Oh, hello! Here's one of the enemies! It's a chicken! A fireball chicken! Why do I call it a fireball chicken? Because you don't want to see what it does when you're at a distance from it. Because it fires fireballs. And I hope we don't find that out. That would be bad. And here's another one that has nothing in it. I'm going to try this puzzle. This is probably going to be a bad idea, but I'm going to try it. Here we go! You know why it's a bad puzzle? Because fireballs. Fortunately, we should be able to reach this key. Ow. Fortunately, Heal 4 is here to save us. And also, here's another fireball chicken. We most certainly did not want to get very badly hurt there. Is there something over there? There is. Do you see that? There's another alcove. In here is another fireball scroll, just in case you missed all the other ones. We are most certainly going to want to hold on to that. It will let us cast a fireball spell. But we do have another key. One of these keys will lead up to the 3rd floor. We really don't necessarily want to go up there right now. There might even be an optimal route to doing this. I don't know what it is. Also, there are the fireballs. Remember when I said that these were fireball chickens? Wasn't kidding. If you let them, they'll fire fireballs at your face. And it hurts. Fireballs are the most powerful ranged weapon in the game that the enemy has. That's actually not true, there is one more that's worse. Fortunately, we have not encountered that yet. And I'm very happy we have not encountered that yet. Also, I don't think there's anything else here. No, indeed not. However, there is that puzzle. Where is it? It's down here. There's a puzzle here that we need to solve. Because there is an optimal path here. There is a path that will lead beyond, further into the room, and to a particular location. Unfortunately, figured out the first one immediately. North. I can either go north, or I can go east. My gut said east. No reason to go that way, so I'll head east again. Okay. North, east, east. North? Okay, north. North? Okay, I'm just guessing here. West. Aha! You know what? Didn't think I'd managed that the first time round, but I did. Haha. I've no idea if... Hello? There's a secret door there. And a trap. Oh. And this, at least gives me access to this room. There's a switch here. There we go. We have access to this room. And... yeah, that, there is a secret door there. Did you see that? Is this the wrong way? Yeah, this is the wrong way. We need to head back up to floor 2. We have a few secret, we need to figure out how to get to that, don't we? We need to figure out what the secret to that is. Those fireball chickens just going to randomly be everywhere now, so we just need to be a little careful. Also, there's a door up here. Can we open this door? Oh yeah, it leads to nothing, doesn't it? Ow! Hello! Goodbye. Stop clucking fireballs at me. Get it? It was a pun on chucking. Because clucking... never mind. It was a pun. And it was punny. Or was it? Now, somewhere in here, I bet there is a... I bet somewhere around here there is a secret switch that will allow me to get to that secret door. Or, that's just a pit. Where does this lead me to? It leads me to there. Hello? How are you? Are you just waiting for me to appear? That opens up this area. I'm actually curious. If we throw ourselves down another one that's a little further along, would we enter into that other room? You know what? It's worth finding out. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we could get shot at by some more fireballs. So if we, for instance, were just to head north here too, like this, fall down here, we'd end up in here. And in here, there is a treasure chest, which is pretty handy. There we go. A dwarvish great helm. Better than the helmet we're wearing. Better than the helmet that Paulson is wearing. Marvellous. We'll have lots of things to sell when we eventually get back. Ooh, jade necklace. Might as well have you equip that for an extra rogue level.
Yep.
Indeed, there's not a lot else in here. There is a switch, though, which opens this door. And I do believe with that, we've pretty much explored the entire first floor of this place, with the exception of trying one thing, which is one of these keys on here. We want to actually dump some stuff by the entrance to...
The key doesn't fit.
No, it does not. We want to dump some stuff. Ah! That opens, though. We wanted to check this. Here's where we're going to make the elixir. There's nothing we can do here right now, because we don't have any of the stuff that we can actually use to make the elixir. Well, we have the ingredients, but we have nothing to actually store it in. And right now, we're going to save, because I'm going to dump off some stuff here that we don't need. Like the greatsword, the helmet, this throwing star. What else don't we need? We don't need this rapier. We don't need this buckler, or the pickaxe. And I'm gonna go so far as to say we don't need this, or that. Or that. Because we're gonna need a lot of inventory space soon. And we might as well, leave some space here. We can always come back and sell all of this anyway. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And when we come back, I really hope somebody doesn't just walk in here and steal all of the stuff I've put here. That would be awkward. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. Just imagine those fireball chickens for a moment. Who thought when they saw the enemy, you know what sound effect we need for when they attack? Chicken sounds. I really want to have been in that meeting when they decided on the chicken sounds. I really do. Later.